Hi everyone, this is Cass from Boom Gel Stain and Cass's Creations. I just wanted to do a very quick and brief demonstration of our new product, the Boom Clear Flow Medium. This is something I'd worked on for several months, and I'm excited to say it's finally come to fruition and I'm just in love. So, all right, why would I use a clear? So for me, it just made perfect sense. Like I said, I tried using various sealers, glues and other mediums, and I just couldn't get the movement that I wanted while getting that crisp colour. So for instance, if I wanted to use black, of course, when we're using white, we still get that dulling of the colour or that lightening, so we get tones of grey and so on. But I didn't want that. So after a few months, this has actually been made. Okay, so it's, of course, it's made to specifically for our Boom Gel Stain colours. However, this can be used with acrylics. I don't believe the finished result is as good, but you still get a great result. But of course, I think you should use Boom. All right, so I'm just going to so all I've done, this is Binco A4 artist paper. I've now put down a thin layer using my hands of our Pore Clear Flow Medium. All right, so I've got a nice, and it doesn't have to be even, so I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite uneven. You don't have to be fancy because I'm going to move it around with air. So I would normally use a straw. However, for videos or for larger pieces, I always use a mini compressor. So I've got a thin layer down there. I've probably used about, I haven't covered the entire surface so that I can show you the end result and the difference. So that's intentional. So I've probably used about, I don't know, I wouldn't have even used 10 mils so far. Now I'm just going to put down another little blob. Can you see that? There is a bit of a shadow cast, and I do apologise, but this is just how we have to do it. Now, I've brought that back out. So I've got probably almost a couple of mils there. Now, this is our Boom Gel Stain in black. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit here. Now, me personally, I like minimalist techniques. Everybody's different, so you will get your own way of doing things, of course. Now, with the black, I sometimes also like to actually put some of our clear flow medium on top, and it will all make sense very soon once you see the way it moves. It's really hard to explain it actually, so I hope my phone keeps recording okay, and I hope my dogs keep behaving. So nothing in particular. You can see I've not gone, you know, neat or anything like that. It's just a random blob, what I call a random blob, and now I'm just going to start moving it. So over here, what I like to do is I use less and then add as I go. While Boom is wet, of course, I can just keep adding to it as much as I like. So where I want my design to move out and I want it more fluid, I'm actually just going to add a little bit more. So does it look a lot of product? It probably does, but it actually isn't. So I'm going to start down this end. Ooh, it does help if I turn it on. Now this is set just under 30, so we'll see how we go, and you'll see exactly what I mean about being able to move it and remain that crispness of the black. And what happens is, where I've layered under here, you'll actually get this beautiful folding of colours, or my black and my clear, but so there's nothing to break it out in between. So the clear, of course, while it looks milky white now, will actually dry lovely and clear, and then you're just left with these beautiful fluid movements. I love it. My husband doesn't get it, and that's okay. He's not creative minded really. He's not a big arty fan regardless. He's my fan, but he's not an arty fan. But, yeah, for some, of course, you're not going to get the black and go up at the clear and turn around and go, well, why would you? But for me, in my head, it just makes perfect sense. And it's something that I've wanted to get happening for a while. Okay, so like I said, this at the moment looks creamy. Of course it's going to dry completely clear, and then we'll get the most amazing layering effects. So see here, this will actually dry, of course, this area here will dry clear, and you've actually got this folding, like you've got this continuation, but there's a break. And rather than it being using white, we're not getting that weakening of the colour. See, to me that's just so cool. So I hope you all think it's cool too, and you get what I get in my head. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now you can see where I layered, see how we've got some cells. So this is because these are pretty, that's because there's a bit of that movement. You don't get that movement with all the colours. That's just because of the pigment density of the black. However, you still get amazing results. You still get all the beautiful layering, etc. And all the beautiful movement. Am I still recording? Yeah. Okay. Now I'll show you quickly what else I do. Oh, that wasn't meant to happen. Well, that was a big boo-boo. Okay, here's the beauty of working on the Binco. I'm just going to grab one of my blades and just wipe that up. There we go. And I've got my art shirt on, so I just wipe it onto my clothes. And now I've cleaned that off. How easy is that? So there you go. That's another reason why I love working with Binco paper. It's an artist paper. For others, those that are in the US and also internationally, you've got Yupo paper. So it's basically the same thing. Okay, so I've cleared up my little boo-boo. Now I'm just going to push some areas out and I'll turn them onto each other. So what I do is I come out one way and then I blow against it. So I'll do this area here so you get an understanding of what I mean. Look at that. And then you get these beautiful, that's my dog. Well, I'm babysitting our fur baby, grand fur baby. And I think he just jumped up on my 25-year-old daughter, who I said, be quiet. And I meant, be quiet, even if the dog is scratching you. But in a way, yeah, she's looking at me. Okay, all right, so do you know what? I'm not 100% happy, but this is meant to be a really quick tutorial just to show you how we get some of these amazing movements. Now, I'll show you another quick way. So, say I want more movement here. I get my little blade. I've got plenty of fluid there, so I can manipulate this. But if you watch this, I mean, some of you might go, oh yeah, so what? But others may go, wow. So now I've made it like more wispy and I've actually finished it off to something that I'm happier with. So this area here, I might just soften that edge just a little bit. And then I might even just take this bit away altogether. What I'll do is I'll come through here. So now you know how sometimes I work out some of my designs. Okay, so now I'll just get my trusty palette knife again and I'll actually just fill that back up just so you can see that. So remember I said I only used a certain portion of my art paper so you could see the difference. Okay, I'm just going to leave that. Now I'll bring it back into here. I'm just going to give it a quick torch. Okay, yep. the fur baby grandson is attacking the 25-year-old in a beautiful way. And she's been very quiet about it, so I'm really happy. Okay, all I'm going to do is torch this and then leave it to dry. All right, I'm going to turn you off and I'll repost the results. But let me see if I can get a close-up. Oops, I'm trying to figure out how to use my camera. It's a new phone as well. I'm so sorry. Have I got my phone? Okay. So you see, you get a better idea now of the type of movements I'm talking about. And, oh, where do we go? So see there how we've got this beautiful fluid movement. But we don't actually have a lightening of the colour as such. We've got a thinning of the pigments. Oh, my hand's in the front again. Okay, there you go. Now, I'm not going to continue videoing. I will post photo results. Why isn't this back into... Shh. Oh, I'm going to kill my daughter. I'm not really. I will post photo results on the Facebook group Boom Gel Stain, and I'll have an image of the thumbnail perhaps. But there you go. I'll just